So
Mm.
Mary, congratulations. Thank you for joining us despite the time difference. Can you describe your emotions at being a Manchester City player?
Really excited. I'm really proud to be joining this club. It's a team that I have a few teams that I've always wanted to play with, and Man City is one of those. So I'm really excited and honored to get the chance to play with this team.
And what is it about City that you admire so much?
I guess it's just a style of play, it's when you watch City play, you see football, you see how beautiful it is, and you can really fall in love with the game just by watching Man City play, the girls and the boys. And I've always enjoyed that part of football that it's about winning, but it's also really nice to win by playing a nice way of football, and that's what I like about City.
And that suits your playing style perfectly, I assume, as well.
It does. City is a team that really likes to play on the ball, and they've got a lot of technical players, and that's part of my qualities, being good on the ball. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to play with this team, because it's exactly how I want to play.
And on a 4-year deal as well, which obviously is a strong commitment. You obviously feel this is the right place for you and your development.
Definitely. I mean, I'm still, young, and I've still got a lot to learn. And so being at a club like Man City, I'm not only surrounded by, amazing staff and coaches, but I get the chance to be playing alongside and playing against, some of the best players in the world. And so I feel personally that joining Man City, I have everything I need in order to fulfill my potential as a footballer.
And although you're very young, you're very well traveled, you've had amazing experiences all around the world, different countries. Is it just a case of a new chapter for you now?
Definitely, yeah. I do feel like it's time for me to make that next step and progress in my career. And so City has been the perfect move and the perfect opportunity for me to do that.
Can you talk us through your career journey, how you came into football and where it has taken you?
I started football quite young, but mostly because my older brother played football, and I come from a family of 5 kids, and so we always played at the beach. And we moved over to Holland when I was about 11, so I played a lot of my youth football in Holland. Um, and yeah, playing on the streets and stuff. And I think it was perfect for me going over there, because the culture of football is a lot bigger in Holland than in Australia. And so similar to England, where it's, a big football culture there. And then I moved back to Australia, and I played my first professional with my first professional club there. And then after, I think I only played half the season there, and then I moved to Europe, because I love playing football in Europe. It's the style of play suits me a lot more. And so that's where I've been in France for the past 2.5 seasons.
I have to warn you that Manchester doesn't have any beaches.
No, I've been thinking about that.
But I'm sure we'll get on fine.
Yeah,
what
I'm sure.
what would you say you've learned from those experiences, not just sort of on the football side, but like living in different cultures and different languages and things like that?
I think for me personally, living in all these different countries and learning different languages and stuff, it's all one big adventure to me. And it just, it gives you so much perspective on so many things, and you get to learn so much about yourself, and try things that you never would have tried if you never went there. And so for me, it's just one big, apart from the football, it's just one big experience of growth, because I get to look back at these times and I have all these memories and stuff. So for me, it's just, it's if you have the right mindset, you can really learn a lot from every place that you go to, and not just on the field.
And in terms of on the pitch, can you describe your playing style to perhaps fans that might not have seen you play?
Describe myself. I would say I'm quite technical on the ball. I'm both footed, so that helps. Um, I would say I'm quite good in front of goal if I've got good power, and I would say my vision on the field is also quite good. That I like to play football, with players that are also good on the ball. So, like doing all your, nice through balls and your 1-2s and stuff. Like I like all this kind of creative style. That's the word I think that would sum me up a bit more, that I like to be a creative footballer and find solutions to situations that maybe other people wouldn't usually find. Instead of playing the ball back, I really like to go forward, and I like to be the attacker that starts, the attack and doesn't stop it.
And how about off the pitch? How would you describe yourself as a person?
Off the pitch, I don't know. Adventurous. I like going on adventures and exploring around the place. Yeah, I'm just. I would like to say I'm quite open, and being in all these different places. I like to meet new people and I like to try new things. So open and adventurous. That's what I'll say so far.
And you're going to have some incredible competition in those attacking positions. What is it that you feel you can bring to strengthen that?
Yeah, I think being young and having this style of play that's very attacking and forward thinking. Like I'm a bit of a risk taker, in situations where maybe people would say play it safe, and maybe someone with a bit more experience would play it safe. I like to take the risk, because for me it's like, okay, if I take the risk and it didn't work, well, maybe it could have worked, but I just did something wrong in that. But I'm never going to be able to do that properly if I just revert to doing it safe. So I think for me it's a bit of that risk taking where I can maybe do things that other people wouldn't do, and start attacks that maybe you wouldn't have expected in those situations. And so I hope I'm able to help the team have a lot more of these attacks and a lot more scoring opportunities. So yeah.
Is there anyone in particular you're looking forward to working with, learning from, or testing yourself against?
Honestly, everyone. I think every player that's in this team is a step up from where I've been and where I've come from. And like attacking wise, I've got so much to learn from all the players around me. But just as well with the defenders, like I've got so much to learn in terms of beating players, and what is the perspective from the defender's point of view. When attackers coming at them, like what's the hardest thing for them to deal with. And so I'm just looking forward to being around all of them, because it's a real football environment with players that have a lot more experience than I do.
And obviously the Australian players coming into the WSL just shows you it seems to be the place to be at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think England is definitely one of, if not the fastest growing league for women's football. Mostly in terms of the quality of it and the standards. I think it's got a good it's not such a big difference between the top teams and the bottom teams. Obviously that can be quite wide, but in between it's not so big as it generally is in a lot of other leagues. So yeah, I think it's definitely the place to be, and I'm really lucky and fortunate that I get to go there.
And I believe you've been named Australia's Young Women's Footballer of the Year as well. That must have been an incredible achievement. You must be so proud of that.
Yeah, I am really proud, and I'm very honored, because this particular award is voted for by all my peers and stuff. So for my peers to be able to recognize what I've done in the past season, and and see the qualities in me, it just motivates me even more to keep going, because I'm on the right path, and it's just backing me up even more.
What would you say has been your career highlight so far?
Going to the Olympics is definitely the career highlight. It's a dream that I always had as a kid. And so to go there and to score there was amazing. Like nothing in my career has ever topped that.
And a goal against Great Britain as well. I imagine there might be a little bit of banter flying around when you get here.
Maybe, potentially, but yeah, no, it was awesome.
Are there things that you feel you can improve on while you're at City? Anything in particular?
Oh, for sure. I think everything that I'm doing, even my qualities, there's things to improve on, like it's one of the things that I have to, it's one of the most important things to do while you're a young player. It's to remain open and know that you've always got something to improve on. And so for me, it's, I just want to be with the team and around all these players and expose all the things that I'm not good at, things that maybe I haven't been exposed before because I haven't been at such a high standard. So I'm gonna say everything because even the things I'm good at, I'm sure can be better.
And made your international debut at a really young age as well. Do you feel that that gives you a unique experience in terms of having that experience at such a young age? You're used to playing alongside top quality internationals, and that can only stand you in good stead, I suppose.
I think so. I think getting to experience that top level at a young age, you get used to playing alongside all these top level players. Like the more times you play with them, the more confident you get. And so being able to do that at a young age just accelerates that whole, process. And so for me to be able to do that, I feel like it has helped me because I've gotten so much more comfortable playing in these leagues. And it hasn't been such a, a big fandom kind of thing for me that I'm playing in this team at this club, or in this league I'm versing this player and she's a star, and all those kind of things, like they've all been brought down to a different level because now I see them and I'm like, you know what, I can actually compete against them. I'm no longer on the sideline staring up at them being like, wow. I'm like, you know what, I can be against them and I can play alongside them.
Have you had a chance to speak to Gareth Taylor?
I have, yeah. We met in person maybe a week ago or something. So yeah, he seems like a great person and a really football minded coach. Like once I met him and we chatted for 5 minutes, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn so much from this guy because he's got it all up there, and I just want to have more chats with him because he seems very intelligent.
And just finally, do you have a message for your new fans here at City?
Just that I'm really excited to meet them all. I think it's awesome to have fans and to be able to represent this club is an amazing opportunity, and I just want to make them all proud.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mary. Congratulations again.
Thank you.